There we go.
What's going on?
What's up, bro? How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I can't complain, you know. Life's getting better again. Like
We're getting back to normal. We're almost
exactly.
there.
We're almost there.
We're almost there.
But bro, I want to talk about a little bit of everything, but first, I want to dive in first off of Welcome Matt.
Yeah.
I think first of all, I just want to like thank you for making being a part of a movie that I think was necessary when we didn't really think would be necessary with what's going on with like the whole quarantine because it it put a lot in perspective. I feel watching the movie and like it was funny, but it was also really deep. Like a
Yeah.
lot of parts of the movie. So like how was it for you? And did you even was it filmed before or during quarantine?
Yeah. Well, thank you for saying that. You know, it hasn't gotten old yet, the amount of people who have, been so appreciative,
Yeah,
that we made a movie like this, which, going into it, I knew it would do what it's doing, but I didn't know that it would affect people this much. And it's just
yeah,
so cool. And it's like, it's why I do what I do, right? Like there's no other feeling that is better than knowing that you're helping someone while doing something you love. And it's just on a deeper level. But no, we did not know anything. We didn't know what COVID-19 was at all when we filmed this, man. And I've been calling it that God timing because, like, we did not, it wasn't even, this movie was supposed to come out, I think in 2019. So,
okay,
this was something that sort of just happened this way. And I feel like it was supposed to happen this way.
yeah,
And I think if it came out any time before, uh, not as many people would have been able to relate to Matt in the way that,
mm-hmm.
we all can relate to him now. And it's just so crazy to me that it's coming out right now. And yeah, no, in a way, this movie kind of helped me be able to cope a little more with not being able to leave my own house. So,
Yeah.
I think it's a cool way to look back at it in that way.
Yeah, and I love that. Like, and I'm not gonna give out the whole, movie. I want people to see it, but I just love how you gave like, day 498, day like, because that's what people were doing with the whole quarantine. Like, I know a lot of people that were writing journals every
Yeah,
day, just
yeah,
kind of keep them busy, and because people were not working, trying to keep
yeah.
a peace of mind. So I thought it was so dope, like how it just correlated so much, and not
Thank
like you're
you.
saying, not even knowing that
Yeah,
it would, be that.
yeah.
Yeah, but I wanted to ask you personally, have you ever gone through something like that, minus quarantine, where you had to just like, you know what, I don't want to kind of leave the house. I want to just kind of get away from, because you're born and raised in Hollywood and
Yeah.
it's a lot as a kid. Was there ever time that you needed just to, hey, I need to chill?
Yeah, no, I think I do that often in my
Hmm.
career, and I think that's healthy for me mentally. It's healthy in so many different ways just to step back and just like live life and
Yeah.
experience life apart from all the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. And I think growing up in it, I was able to separate from it whenever I needed to. And I think that's healthy for me.
Hmm.
And then anytime I do something, that's long, like, for Baby Daddy, for instance, we did 6 seasons
Yeah.
of that. And I sort of like, gave myself time to chill and relax. And even before that, I during high school, I didn't really do. I think the only thing I did during high school was Kim Possible because it was just in the studio
Hmm.
recording, like it was easy. But I gave myself time A to like recalibrate and B to like allow people to like miss you in a sense, like
Yep.
where is he at? When's he coming back? I think that's cool. And the people I look up to, the Denzel Washingtons, they disappear sometimes and
Yeah.
then they come back. So I kind of like I try my best to do that. But even in a sense of panic attacks, I've experienced panic attacks before in my life. So
Hmm.
I think looking back now, I'm thankful that I had them because I was able to hopefully portray what it's like to have a panic attack in a realistic way.
Hmm.
Because you can't really express them or pretend to have one unless you've had them
Yeah.
before. And that was something that I was confident going into the role because I was like, okay, I know what this feels like. Not to the degree that Matt,
Yeah, that Matt was going through.
his trauma is, very, very heavy. And, but in a sense of knowing what anxiety is like and knowing what it feels like to not be able to breathe and to have to just take a nap because you have no
Hmm.
energy to do anything else, I've been there. And so that gave me some confidence knowing like, okay, I can go into this and do this justice and give it the respect that it needs.
Hmm.
Because the last thing I wanted was to go into a film like this and for people to be like, man, he ain't never had no panic attack. He don't know what that's like. That's the last thing I wanted. So again, I'm thankful that I was now able to experience what that's like because I felt like I was able to bring that to the role in like in an authentic way.
Yeah, definitely. And that's one thing I always loved about you, that you focused on projects, but then you would step away. I love that about you because like so many
Thank you.
people say, oh no, you have to keep. No, you don't. Like
You
if
really don't.
you don't
No.
have to. I mean, unless you're that, want the fame and
Yes.
want that camera on you and all the,
Mm-hmm.
people's eyes on you, but you really don't need that. It's not
Yeah.
necessary, I feel.
Yeah.
Like,
Eh,
so I always appreciate, thank you for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you for saying that.
Yeah. But I want to talk about also, I know you just did the ABC pilot for
Mm-hmm.
Black Don't Crack and, EP, Viola Davis, and then,
Yeah.
co-starring again with Essence. What was that like just being, because I mean, you were so young, from Smart Guy and now being, in your 30s, because
Yeah.
I'm the same age as you. So it's
Okay,
crazy
dope.
seeing
Yeah.
how,
No, it was that I'm so grateful for that experience. I'm grateful to Regina Hicks and Viola Davis and Larry Will, like everyone that has anything to do with that. Like I'm so thankful that they gave me, they trusted me with that role. And Viola is Queen Viola Davis.
yeah.
Like I can't, like when I met her, when she came on set, like I was just like a schoolboy. Like I was like, oh my God. Like I was so embarrassed after like our initial meeting because I was just like, what the hell did I just say to her? Like, was I weird? Does she think I'm weird? But she's so amazing and I was so honored to just be in the same like breathing space as her. But
Yeah.
Essence is like she's my big sister and always has been. And getting to work with her in another way was like so cool. I think in the beginning it was like more weird for her because she was
Oh,
like so used to me being like, and we've spoken like obviously
yeah.
since Smart Guy, but like being on set in a different like with a different dynamic was like she was
Hmm.
like, whoa, I can't, like
Can
you have hair on your legs, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like Essence, man, like what? And then like, but it was just so cool to be in like a different space. And like she doesn't play my sister in the show, and the show's currently for anyone who wants, it's being shopped around to other networks right now, so we're excited to see where it's gonna land.
okay.
But yeah, it was such a pleasure and so amazing to just be with her again. Like I said, in a new way.
Yeah, it's so funny growing up, before I was old enough to kind of know 100% who everyone was. I always thought that Essence was like twins with your sister, like
Yeah.
triplets, like because they sounded like they resembled each other too. And then like she played your sister on Smart
Yeah.
Guy. And then
You're
like,
not the only one that thought that. Yeah,
yeah,
a lot of people thought that and still think so, I'm sure.
yeah, right. Some people do because
Yeah.
then finally I was old enough to know. I was like, oh, huh, that's not
Yeah.
okay. I'm not. But also, back in what was it, 2015, you dropped your EP, Future Funk, and your single Flirt. How was that? Just having that piece of work out because I love what you did with it,
Thank
and
you.
yeah, I just love the body of work.
That was something that I did in between. It was not rushed, but
Hmm.
I've been wanting to do music for so long, and I was doing Baby Daddy at that time, so I was always in the studio during like hiatus weeks and like
Hmm.
when we were in the off season. So that was a project that I felt like I had enough time to like put a body of work out. Um, and yeah, I'm I feel honored to have been able to like showcase that side of me.
Yeah.
I love music. I love singing, dance. I've been dancing since I could breathe, you know, so and I'd love to express that more down the road. Right now, music isn't really on my radar.
Okay.
Our younger brother Tavir is about to drop his album, and he's like I'm giving him like the
Him.
space to do his thing because he's so like his album is so fire. I've been teasing him because I'm like, drop the project, bro. Why you holding it?
Oh yeah, I seen
But
that on this live you were on
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah. So I've been messing with him. I'm like, I'm gonna leak it. I'm gonna leak it. I'm not gonna leak it, but
Yeah.
like, he's so talented, and I can't wait for people to see, hear his stuff. But I have to be like fully like I do, the acting and I do the
Yeah.
the writing and all the other stuff. So I have to be like fully inspired to like
Hmm.
jump into that space. It's not something that I can just like do. I have to be
Yeah.
like, okay, what am I gonna write about? What am I doing? What's this? And I just don't have the time or the mental headspace to like do that right now. But one day, I will go back and it'll be completely different from what Future Funk was
Okay.
because that was just what I was on at that time.
Hmm.
But yeah, I'd love to explore that, music again, just right now. Again, like I have to respect what I'm inspired by at the moment so I can give my all to it and not like, half-ass anything.
Exactly. Yeah. I appreciate that because so many
Thanks,
artists
man.
just rush the music and it's like, yo,
Yeah, and
just
I mean
take your
sometimes that's
time.
sometimes that's fine if music is all you're doing, right? But
Yeah.
like it's not my only thing. So if I do it, I want to make sure it's right and I took my
Hmm.
time with it. Like I don't see myself ever being someone who's like consistently dropping music just because
Yeah. It's
I don't have time. I can't do
yeah.
that, right? I can't.
Exactly. You're a busy
Yeah.
guy. Like you're always doing, like you said, not necessarily it's in front of the camera right away, but behind the scenes,
Yeah,
you're always
and
doing something.
if you don't see me on your TV screen or whatever or your movie screen, I'm doing something else behind the
Yeah.
scenes, either building up to the release of what that is or in a creative headspace. So
Yeah.
I'm always thinking and creating something.
Yeah, definitely. Now, I just want to run down because, like, I was thinking about this, like, when I was preparing for the interview and just saying, like, oh my God, what does Taj think? Like, rundown of your shows you've been on. Who's the Boss? Full House, Sister Sister, Star Trek, Friends, Kim Possible, Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, Desperate Housewives. You co-hosted on The Real. I mean, and your main roles on Baby Daddy and Smart Guy. Like, what does it feel like to be a part of so many like meaningful shows that are still getting replayed today? And it's just like
Yeah.
since we were young to now and they're still relevant and around.
Thank you. It's always interesting to hear someone like you say that because I'm like, I try my best not to be around here like I really have done so many like wow I've done like I try to be as humble as possible, but the only word I can think of is grateful. Like I'm grateful for the talent God blessed me with to be able to do something I love as a job
Yeah.
and to help people and make them laugh or feel something when they watch me and to have um I'm slightly uncomfortable with saying the word fans, but to have people who respect your work and who
Yeah.
look forward to the next thing that you're going to do is just such a, it's a blessing. And it's crazy when you like listening to you name those. I was just like, oh my God, I couldn't. But like I said, I love doing this. I love what I do, and I try to go into every project knowing like asking myself like do I see longevity in this
Hmm.
and is this something that will last the test of time and um I it's crazy now because I'm getting older and I'm just like the fact that people's kids can now experience what they experienced when they were young. We got
Yeah.
Smart Guy on Disney Plus and I think Baby Daddy's you know, pretty much a lot of the things that I've done are you can watch them on a streaming
Hmm.
service. So it's like it's really cool. It's really really cool. It's an amazing feeling, and I can continue to do roles that last, you know,
Yeah.
like they have. And yeah, it's just it's beautiful. It's I'm grateful, man.
Yeah, right.
I'm grateful. That's all I can say.
I want to ask you, like, out of all them shows, was there a show that you thought like, I wasn't really sure about this role, but then you took it and you were like, whoa, this is just a better outcome than you expected?
Not really, because you know, it's a blessing to get any role, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like, no, because I know that if I know I'm gonna put my all into like
Hmm.
whatever the role is, and I'm gonna bring myself into it.
Hmm.
So like, even if I didn't feel maybe I wouldn't have taken the role if I felt like that, or wouldn't have gone on the audition, or wouldn't have took the meeting, or you know. But even if there was a little tinge of like, oh, I don't know, I would just be like, listen, I'm gonna bring what I bring to this, and I'm gonna make it work, and it's gonna be fire, like you know. So like,
Yeah.
just but again, if I didn't feel like, even if it's, you know, because I still go on auditions,
Yeah.
I mean, but I don't read for things if I don't like the
Yeah.
character or like the script. Like, I'm not gonna waste my time. Like,
Yeah.
I've said no many a times, you know. So like, I have no problem with saying no, because again, I look for things that can last, and
Hmm.
things that I would have fun with, or things that can challenge me. And that's why I took the Welcome Mat role, because that was something completely different than I had ever done before. So
Yeah.
yeah, I try not to, if I don't feel strongly about something, like I'm not gonna waste my time.
Yeah. And that's what I loved about Welcome Matt. It was something I hadn't seen you in. And it was
Yeah.
like, because it was funny, but this, like, when it gets to the deep root of what the movie is about, like, it was like, whoa, like,
Yeah, and I was looking for a
okay.
script for years. I had been looking for a script that had the blend and the balance of comedy and drama, because I felt like that was the, as far as film goes, because everyone knows
Hmm.
me from TV. Um, and this is sort of my first, I've done film before, obviously, but like, this was
Hmm.
my first lead
Yeah.
as a leading man in a feature film that's, you know, in theaters. So like, that to me, I wanted to make sure it was the right role that I could like easily step into, but
Yeah.
also like challenge me, because like, people know that I can be funny. And it, like you said, it had both, and that was what was so appealing to me. And I was like, okay. And I love drama. Like, I
Yeah.
just haven't done as much of it as the comedy side. So I was like, finally a script that I like, that I can stretch, you know, creatively and artistically, and showcase that vulnerable and dramatic side, and, you know, somewhat dark
Hmm.
subject matter. I'm able to express that, and it was like the perfect. My favorite thing to hear people say with this movie is, "You made me laugh and cry in the same scene," and so I'm like, "That's what I was trying to
Yeah.
do, man." So that, yeah, and a lot of my family has been saying like, it's been hard for them to watch it, because they're like watching their son or their brother, and they're like, I want to
I
hug
don't
him,
know.
like, let me call him, is he okay? And then they're like, oh, it's fake, right, this is a
Yeah.
movie. So like, that makes me feel good. I'm like, that means I did it right, I guess. So yeah, but yeah, that was the big selling point for me, the combination of
Hmm.
the drama and the comedy.
Yeah. And also, I want to ask you, like, how exciting was it not to have a lot of wardrobe, makeup, literally in the
You're the first
same.
person to I've been doing lots of interviews, and you're the first person to ask me that. It was awesome. I was wearing slides the whole time. I was in sweats. Like, I would actually be more comfortable in my wardrobe than what I came to work in. Like, cause yeah, that's funny you asked that. It was a ball. You know, and it was also nice to like, I feel like I enjoyed the crew atmosphere a little more, because I was able to like, it was a lot of, most of the time, just me and them. Like,
Yeah.
so like, it was a treat when like the other cast members were on set, but like for instance, Dion Cole was only on set 2 days.
Yeah, he just did
So
his few scenes
all
and
of his scenes were done in 2 days. And he's throughout the entire movie. So
yeah.
that tells you just how many days on set it was literally just me. So yeah, but it was like I didn't have to worry about my hair. Like I could go like this and it was
Yeah.
fine. I think it was harder for my barber to deal with because he was
But
like, "Dang, Taj, like, you sure you don't need a lineup?" I'm like, "That's not the role, Jamal. That's not the role. I don't need it to the end of the movie." But I loved it, man. Oh my gosh. Obviously, the biggest thing I can't say anything about the makeup because I have tattoos, and
hmm
people probably didn't even realize, but they're completely. I have
But
lots of tattoos, and they had to completely cover them. It's one of those things that I did to myself in
that,
this career. I got all these tattoos, and now every job I do, I have to sit in the chair for over an hour to
oh,
get them covered. But which means an earlier day for me. But it's fine because I love my tattoos. But so that was still like
the
that
only
took time.
minor
That was
thing.
the only thing. But I had literally like I think two outfits, the 2 or 3 outfits, the whole movie, and like I loved coming to work to my steamed t-shirt and sweats every day and my slides. It was so comfortable.
Yeah, that's like one of the first things noticed. I was like, oh, once it
Yeah.
got like a half hour in, I'm like, oh, he had a
Yeah,
love.
he really not changing. He like
Yeah, I'm like, this is the best wardrobe ever,
yeah, it
just
was
the
I was so
comfortable.
yeah, man. And it was cool because that was an actual apartment building like in LA. So the scenes where I was on the couch, like I was on the couch. Like the scenes where I was eating, I was really eating. Like in the bed, I was really taking a nap. Like so it was like relaxed in that way, but very emotionally draining at the same time. So I guess it
Yeah,
was a give and take,
definitely, I
the
loved
balance of it.
it. But I know you were a part of one of my favorite things. I think I from childhood and still to this day. The Circle of Life song.
Ah,
It's just iconic. I don't care what anyone says. That was when the Disney Channel was everyone was watching. I feel like young kids through when you were like early 20s. I feel kids,
yeah,
guys and girls are still watching it. But what did it feel like just being a part of when I'm not saying Disney's not good still, but that's when
right.
like the Mecca I think was just at its highest.
Yeah, I think that was, and again, it's still at its peak because it's Disney. Disney is always
Yeah,
at its
Disney.
peak. But I think that was like the start of the iconic phase, maybe. You know what I
hmm
mean? That was yeah, and looking again, it's one of those things that you don't realize is gonna be like I didn't know it was gonna be like I was just coming in my Sean John jumpsuit, like I was like, let's go. What's up? Hey, what's up, Hillary? What's up, Kyla? Like, what's up? Like and now it's like this thing that I constantly am getting sent gifs of or gif whatever it is
Yeah,
or Instagram messages and it's just that nostalgia
yeah,
that people love and I think it's cool to be to have been in an era that just screams nostalgia and yeah, it was cool, man. I may have thought I was a little like I thought I was feeling myself a
He was-
little bit. You could even tell in the
yeah.
video, like I thought I was Usher. You know what I'm
I would have
saying?
been the same way. I would have been the same. Hey,
I was
yeah,
like, yo, I look
yeah.
fly. I got my chain on. Like, what's good?
It's awesome. Like, hey,
Yeah.
you had to because you
It's
had to be feeling
funny.
yourself in
Yeah,
that
it's
video.
funny to watch. It's funny to like watch clips of that because I'm just like, bruh, what is he doing? Like, what? Oh man, like, and I remember I thought I was tight because I got to start the song off.
Yeah,
Like I got the first lines. I was like, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah, it's funny you say that because sometimes when you have a lot of characters, you may get like not even
Right,
maybe get two
right.
words in the song. So
Yeah.
you have the front, the opening. Yeah,
That was all me. That was all me.
it's awesome. But I know during quarantine, I know a lot of us couldn't see our family. I know
Yeah.
you've discussed it with your sisters and your brother. How much stronger though have you all
Oh, dude.
gotten because of where we could finally see each other and
Yeah.
hug our loved ones and,
It,
nephews, brothers, sisters,
you
everything.
know, and I say this with so much gratefulness because I'm just thankful that I have family that lives close to me.
Yeah.
You know, that I could still see during, not as much, but I could still, see them safely during the quarantine. But to now be like pretty much back to normal as far as like family goes, like
Yeah.
it's just really nice. Like it's just, but again, we were, FaceTiming all the, like I still don't like FaceTime. Like I'm just
Yeah.
not like, I'm never on live, like unless it's
Trust
like
me. This is
this,
the only way I'm on live
like
interviewing someone. Otherwise, I
it's
don't know how
not,
people do it. I
yeah,
don't,
I'm not like that type of person. But during COVID, I found a love for like FaceTime and Zoom. Obviously, you do the Zoom for like work stuff, but
yeah.
like, me and my siblings have, we did like, we tried to do it like every other week, just get on, FaceTime for like an hour or two and
Uh-huh.
just, chalk it up, and just, talk. So that was nice. And that was really, but again, like to be able to now be like, finally getting back,
Right.
like, but, I still was able to see, you know, uh, family a lot. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm so, but yeah, we've gotten, because it's crazy because I wouldn't have been able to go over like families' houses or whatever if quarantine wasn't a thing, because like we would have been too busy. So
Yeah.
like there was nothing to do for a while, so it was like, well, I'm coming over,
No,
like,
yeah.
so it was really, it was cool to like have the time to do that. And now it's like there's no excuse, no matter how busy we are, to not
Right.
see each other, because now it's like it's in our bones now, like we've,
Mm-hmm.
so it was like a recalibration of like family visits. um but yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah. It's crazy. Like we would never thought it would be something so important. Not saying that family's not important, but like just what we
No,
all
yeah, and
went
I
through.
think
It's crazy.
that's the one of the silver linings of the whole pandemic. And of course it was insanely difficult and traumatic and sad for so many people. People lost jobs, they lost loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
But I think on the other side of that, it was a time, if you chose to acknowledge it, to sit back and rest for a bit, especially in big cities like LA and where I live, and amongst many
Mm-hmm.
more, where people are on the go all the time. And it's like you're celebrated for how busy you are and how
Yep.
much you're grinding. And it's like, well, have you taken time to like handle yourself? Have you taken
Yeah.
time to be with family? Have you taken care of your mental health? Probably not, like, because you're so busy.
Yep.
So it was a time for everyone to just sit back, recalibrate, reassess. And so, in the midst of all the craziness that was going on in 2020, like, I can say that there are parts of it that I'm thankful for, because it opened up doors and avenues to, realize what truly matters, which is
Mm-hmm.
family, the fact that, you have air and breath in your lungs, and and it's like, that's
Yeah.
the stuff that matters, not, how many Zoom calls you had today, and,
Exactly.
celebrating the fact that you haven't been on vacation in forever. It's not really something to celebrate.
Yeah, and I think it was just awesome to see because it was like every class of a person. Like it wasn't just one class, it was all
Exactly.
of us,
And I
like no
think
matter
that's
what you were.
why, in a sense, it brought the world together, in a sense, because
Mm-hmm.
everyone was on the same playing field. Like nobody, for a while, no one could do anything. Like
Yeah.
everyone was dealing with the same thing. Everyone was missing weddings. Everyone was
Mm-hmm.
missing their family. Everyone was, not being able to go to work at a time. So there was a sense of being able to relate to that on a universal
Mm-hmm.
level.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we're kind of opening up, and I know you just celebrated a birthday. Like I said, you're my fellow 87 brother.
I'm
How
86 though, so I got you
you're
beat. You,
86?
yeah, you younger
What?
than me.
Okay, well, we in the '80s, we
We
in
in
the
the
late
80s.
'80s. You know
We
what I'm
there. We
saying? People
basically there.
people don't understand that. Now I talk to people like, oh, I'm born in '95, '99. I'm like, oh,
You're
okay,
like, yeah.
I'm like, scary. But what did you do to celebrate? And because it was a little bit better celebrating birthdays this year so far.
Literally, all I wanted to do was be with family. So I think what did we eat? I think we had barbecue. Yeah, I think we had a barbecue. I wanted like soul food. So that's like my favorite thing to eat. So I just wanted to be around family, chill, you know, what was I sipping on? I think I might have been some tequila,
Okay, okay.
maybe we always on the wine. We love the wine here
Can never go wrong with
you
wine. You
can't
can
no,
never.
yeah. But it was so chill. Like I haven't done like anything crazy for a while now for birthdays. I'm just like
I'm the
I'm
same
chill.
way. I don't know
Like
what to do
let's just
anymore.
chill. Let's just chill, man. Like honestly, the birthday during like last year when it was like really quarantine,
Yeah.
that was like one of the best birthdays I had. I was like, I'm ordering
Food.
food, I'm watching Jackie Brown, and I'm by myself. This is amazing. Like that's me. So this year I was like, well, I just want to be with family. So I literally that's all I did, and it was awesome.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And everyone's talking about, and I know you've spoken about it a little, but the Smart Guy reboot. And also, I'm just so jealous that you got to Destiny's Child. I'll still remember that episode. Like, it's crazy because they were so new at that time. But
Yeah.
what was that like? And then tell me about like any more details about the reboot.
Yeah. That was like definitely our biggest guest stars that we had that whole show. So, and I remember it was just a big deal at the time because we had never had like a musical guest like or
Yeah.
any guest like that. And I think they had just like came out with No, No,
No,
No,
no,
which
no.
was
Yep.
like, monumental.
Yeah.
And so to have them on set, and it was cool because it was like, as a show, our first time experiencing a guest star of that caliber. And for them, it was like, I'm pretty sure if not the first, one of their first
Yeah.
like big acting things. So
Mm-hmm.
like it was kind of a first time thing for both parties. So I
Mm-hmm.
think that was cool. But yeah, man, that was awesome. That's another between Circle of Life and Destiny's Child and Friends. Those are like the top three memes
Yeah.
or GIFs or just picture messages I get. But yeah, it was awesome, man. I
That's
like I like to think that Beyonce will just be chilling at her house and be
I,
like, "Man, I wonder what
man,
Taj is doing." Like I
right?
think that in my head. I bet you maybe she does. I don't
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
but I'm
like you said,
hoping
that
she
was one
does.
of their first huge like TV
Yeah,
shows. I
man.
remember.
So yeah, I like to think of that often. I'm like, yeah, maybe she thinking about me, um, and then yeah, all quarantine there was a lot of conversation, lots of Zoom calls, lots of conversation, and even before quarantine, you know, uh, getting everything situated for it to be a thing, and it will be a thing. It's just a matter of
Mhm.
timing, the home/network that it will be on. Everything has to fit in line with timing and all that. Um, but yeah, we have a writer that I love, and like I said, pretty sure the home will be the home that we're
Home.
thinking of. That I'm not going to, but yes. Um, yeah, it's gonna happen. I'm taking my time with it
Okay.
because um I don't want to screw it up. I
I
don't
don't blame you. I don't
I
blame
don't
you.
want fans to come at me sideways because I know how much it means to them and to me. So
Hmm.
but yeah, you will see, if all goes according to plan, you will see the whole original cast and along with new people as well
Yeah.
because my main goal is while paying respect and homage and bringing back such a beloved show, there also has to be room for the new generation and
Hmm.
the new fans. So it'll be a nice blend uh of seeing the old nostalgic stuff that you grew up and love in new situations that will involve new characters
Yeah.
that you will grow to love as well.
Hmm.
But you know, the goal is to have it so that the original fans of the show can sit down and watch it with their kids, and you know, they'll have their version of Smart Guy that they now love, and not just, you know, watching the old ones that their parents and sit down and make them watch, you know. Thankfully, when parents do make them watch it, they like it. So like,
Yeah.
it's
Right.
not like they're like, again,
I,
mom. But yeah, so it'll be something very special. All good things take time.
hmm.
But yeah, it's definitely something that, what it's one of those behind the scenes things that I'm working on that
Okay.
will come to fruition. So
Awesome.
yeah,
It's
and
so funny you hearing
you'll
that.
know when you know, you'll see it.
Yeah, it's so funny you say that though, like parents, because I'm like, oh, I forget I'm in my 30s now. I'm like,
Right?
whoa, I don't have
Yeah,
a
but
kid, so I'm like,
that's one of my best. I have a lot of friends that have kids now, and they have their kids watching it now, and it's just like, oh wow, and then they
yeah,
like it still. So you know, that's great, and it's a good feeling to me that new generations can still enjoy the old one.
yeah, definitely. Well, I want to wrap it up 'cause I don't want to take all your time. I know you're a
Thank
busy
you,
guy, and I
man.
appreciate you taking out the time. But
Thanks,
one
man.
thing before the question I want to ask you, I just want to give you your flowers for,
Thank
you know
you.
what I'm saying? Like you've always been a positive role model. You and your family have always been positive, never got the negative to you. You've always have had your head on straight. Always just, a good role model for so many. Not
Thank
saying
you.
you may want to be that, but I know the limelight, it kind of comes with the territory.
Yes.
But just giving your flowers for always just killing it on everything.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, because
Thank you.
I feel it's not done enough with,
Yeah.
artists and
Yeah.
people in the industry.
I think, yeah, all testament to my parents for how they
Yeah.
raised us. And, you know, my faith is a huge reason for that.
Hmm.
You know, I'm all about letting the light shine, you know, and,
Yeah.
you know, and thank you for saying that. But it's
Yeah.
something that you know, that's one of the things I'd like to be known for, you know,
Yeah.
that I kept it positive and I kept it
Hmm.
pushing. And I think that's important.
Yeah, no, definitely. And, to wrap up, what is the future for you? And then what would you say is still on your bucket list? Because like you said, you've done so much. Well,
Yeah,
I
there's, I mean, there's a lot on my bucket list still. Like there, I'm not even close to like scratching the surface of like what I want to do. But yeah, I guess what I can say that's coming up. Well, obviously, Welcome Matt was sort of the foray into the film world. So you'll be
hmm.
seeing that's sort of the next. I feel like I've uh, in so many words, uh, shown what I can do in television.
Yeah.
You know, so now I'm going to show what I can do in the film world, and it's a chance for me to show other sides and be
Hmm.
able to play other characters that are perhaps more darker or more challenging than others. So that's one thing. And then I wrote a script that I'll be directing. So that's
That's sick.
a film. So that's the next thing that's happening the soonest. So
Okay.
yeah, we're gonna be shooting that this summer. So I'm so excited. I've wanted to be a director my entire life.
Yeah.
I used to make my brother film short films with me, and he'd be like, "Come on, man, I just want to like, you know, play Tekken. Like, leave me alone." But I'm like, "Say your line, like
Like,
action, bro." And he's like, "Fine." So I've always wanted to direct. So now I'm finally moving into that world now for something that I wrote, which is just so cool. I'm very, very excited. So that's what's taking up the most of my time at the moment,
okay.
gearing up for that. But yeah, Probably so that writing, directing, and more films. You know, I'm a film guy. I try to watch like a movie a night.
No.
So film is just such a love to me, and I haven't scratched the surface of that yet. So that's a big thing on the horizon as well. More film.
Okay, awesome. I just want, like I said, I just want to thank you so much. And it's awesome too, knowing I'm from Chicago. I know your
Hey, my
brother-in-law.
brother-in-law. So
Yeah, 'cause
yeah,
I know your
yeah,
brother-in-law. So I was like, yo, it's
yeah,
awesome that they're part. They're all, there's some
yeah,
Chicago in
yeah,
there. So,
yeah, man. Yeah.
but I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out. And everyone, go watch Welcome Matt. I know it's at
Yes,
select
please.
theaters.
Thank you. Yes, select
Yes,
theaters and anywhere you buy your movies, whether
movies.
it's Vudu, Amazon, iTunes. I think you can even buy it on YouTube. Anywhere
It's
you
crazy to say this, like how
it's
movies are so.
crazy. But yeah, it's please go watch it.
Yes.
And I know you'll be in your feels, and that's why we made the film to bring awareness to mental health in communities of color.
Hmm.
And I think it'll be a movie that people can watch forever.
Yeah.
So yes, please go watch it, and thank you to everyone who has watched it. And feel free to keep uh, texting, DMing me, and commenting on your favorite parts, or how it changed you. I love to read those, and yeah, thank you guys so much, and thank you, Nick.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I hope to meet you in the future, bro, when
For
it's,
sure,
when the
yeah,
world's normal. And
yeah. I'm
because,
sure. I'm sure we
yeah,
will.
I can't
Yeah,
wait to come back to LA. I miss LA. Like, I was living there for a
yeah.
while and I moved home when
Okay.
quarantine hit. I was like, dang, because LA was
Yeah, I'm sure
shut
I'll
down.
see you. Oh, shut down, shut
Yeah, it
down.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
now we
We
back in
we couldn't go
business.
nowhere.
Nowhere. That's what
Everybody was Matt in real life.
for real. That's what it was.
Everybody.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But appreciate you. Stay safe, stay healthy, and
thank you,
yeah,
man.
talk soon, bro. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. Have a good one, man.
Okay, you too. Peace.